Hey Leo, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 6th through the 12th. This is for Leo's sun, moon, and rising. You might stumble upon this video a few weeks from now, a few months from now, a few years from now. It's all good. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it and whenever the message is, it's time for you to hear the messages. It is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. So without further ado, let's jump in here and see what is coming up for Leo, sun, moon, and rising. One more shuffle. All right, my dears, let's get right on into it. I'm going to move you just a little bit closer. And the first card we have coming up here for the Leo collective is the Sun. It's you. Well, it's one of your cards. I'm always happy when I'm reading for somebody and one of their major arcana cards comes up, because it tells me this is a time that you're coming into your power. You're taking back your power. You're coming into your authenticity. You're coming into your strength. You're coming into like just full and total control of yourself and your life. It's beautiful, empowering energy. Now, major arcana cards in general are going to come up anytime that we are coming into a new chapter or a significant defining moment. And so the Sun card is being seen, being celebrated, success, getting credit for our work. There's an element of playfulness, of travel, of true love. So it's a very happy, bright, positive card of being seen, being appreciated, and having a sense of joy in our life. Okay, I oftentimes also see the Sun card come up when people are breaking out of codependent relationships, because there's a sense of being accepted and embraced for who you are, and it's like being able to be free to be free as who you are, and you're doing the same in return. So if you are a Leo who's been struggling with codependency, this could indicate that in the week ahead and in the coming weeks, you're breaking out of that. No more codependent cycles. Also being seen, being appreciated, giving yourself permission to be seen, to be appreciated. If you're the kind of person that you just kind of feel like you're this unsung hero, that time in your life might be changing to where you're finally getting the recognition that you deserve. The next card coming up here for Leo is the Two of Cups. Now, we have the Sun coming up with the Two of Cups. Now, those of you who watch my videos, you know that in the weekly forecasts, I try to focus on things outside of love and romance. I do love readings, and I put them in the link of the description of the video, the weekly forecast. But in the weekly forecast, I want to focus on you and your journey. Now, sometimes it comes up anyway, and so when it does, we don't ignore it. And so Two of Cups coming in with the Sun card can definitely be some happy changes in your love life for some of you Leos, those of you where you're focused on that. Like if you're focused on that, you're trying to manifest that. Two of Cups is true love. Two of Cups is soulmate energy. Two of Cups is when giver meets giver, right? Oftentimes, when we're the people who give, what happens? We attract people who take. And Leo, giving is one of your love languages, right? When a Leo loves or cares about people, they can be incredibly generous with their time, their money, their affection. And so this is calling in energy where that is being seen and appreciated and recognized, and you're getting it back in return, right? So it's this this flow. Now, some people might say, Amethyst, I have no interest in love, right? So how what is this saying for me? I couldn't care less about love. I don't want it. I'm focused on other areas of my life. Then this would just mean basically you're coming into a time of more harmonious interactions and collaborations, right? You're not going to be in work situations where everything is getting dumped on your back and you're not being appreciated. You're being appreciated. People are stepping up to help you, to work with you, to support you. Friendships can be more harmonious. This is a sense of give and take. This is a sense of um, you know, uh, people who are equally invested, people who are showing up and not leaving everything on your shoulders, and appreciating you and celebrating you and giving you credit where credit is due. Now, your next card here is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords might seem very contradictory here to these first two cards coming in, because the Eight of Swords can indicate that we're feeling stuck or we're feeling trapped. So what I feel is happening here, Leo, is that for a lot of you, you may be on this precipice. You're seeing these things come in. For some of you, there may have recently been a false alarm. I talk about false alarms. And for some of you, there may be you may have recently had a false alarm, or you may experience a false alarm in the week ahead. And so what I mean by false alarm is you're manifesting something. You feel it in your bones. You know it's coming. You know you're so close. You know something big is going to happen. And you just think that it's this one thing that you put in for, right? Oh, this person I just met, we have an amazing connection. Or this person just asked me out or stepped to me. This is it. This is the one. I know it. I can feel it. Or, oh, that interview went really great. They're going to hand me that job. Or I have a really good job, feeling about the job I put in for. This is my big break. And there's a specific thing, and we think this is it. This is the thing. But it ends up not being that person. Or it ends up not being that job. That person might flake. We might go on a couple of dates with them and go, oh, no, this is not the right person for me. That job might not go to you. It might go to somebody else. And then what happens? We get discouraged. And we're like, oh, it's never going to happen. It's not silly me for believing. I'm such an idiot. I believed, and look, nothing happened. How many people are on this planet? How many jobs are on this planet? How many different variations and combinations are possible in the scope of this whole planet? Just because that one thing was not the thing you were anticipating or expecting, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So the Eight of Swords is saying, get out of the limited thinking and be open, because it may be somebody you haven't met yet. It may be, but you're going to meet them very, very soon. It may have not been this job, but it's going to be possibly maybe the next one, or one out of the next three. Like, don't just immediately be like, oh, it didn't happen. It's not going to happen. Forget it. I'm an idiot for believing. And then we get stuck again. Some of you can't believe that it's happening or coming in because you start to go back to all of the things that you think make you not good enough, or make you stuck, or, oh, I would be able to do this, but then the negative ego comes in and says, oh, well, it's not for you. You can't because of this, and this, and that. So Leo, there's a big shift happening. Your greatest obstacle is going to be to overcome all or nothing thinking and to overcome limited thinking. That's going to be the biggest obstacle, because when the Eight of Swords comes up, the only thing keeping us in that prison is ourselves. It's a mental prison, right? It always makes me think of like when we're in that energy, it makes me think of the lyrics from Bob Marley, Redemption Song, when he says, emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Okay? So there's this sense here that we're the only ones that we can reason or logic our way out of it. And if we don't, it becomes a prison for us. We get enslaved to the thing that we fear. But it's an illusion. It has no power over us. And so this is the thing, Leo, that you need to remind yourself of. The closer we are to a massive change and a massive shift, the meaner and the louder the negative ego comes. Because the negative ego hates change. And when it's like, oh man, we're about to go through a big change right now. Nope, nope, nope. I got to stop it. I got to stop it. I got to stop it. And so the negative ego is going to come down hard. If we're present mentally and aware of our thoughts, we can catch it and keep it from being this autopilot discouragement that's happening, in the background. Like, we're aware of it and we can address it. And we can say, okay, this is the negative ego. I must be really close to a breakthrough right now. The next card coming up here, speaking of prison, we have the Tower. And so a lot of you know that I kind of referred to the Tower card as the cosmic prison break. The Tower happens when we get scared, we get stuck, we get trapped. And so we hold on to a situation because we're afraid of change, or we're afraid of, shaking things up. This is what some of you want, but you're here. And Spirit is like, we want you to have this, Leo. We want you to have the Sun. We want you to have the Two of Cups. But you're staying in the Eight of Swords right now. And so when the cosmic prison break happens, your angels and guides come to bust you out. It's not a punishment. It's not happening to punish you. It's happening to free you. And the thing that you're afraid to let go of is being removed. So now you can move on. You stay in accordance with divine timing. You won't miss your blessings. You won't miss the boat, so to speak, because you're holding on to the wrong thing. And so there's a sense here of a big shift happening. Some of you, it's not necessarily the cosmic prison break because you're conscious, you're aware, you know that this is the negative ego, you're going to push through it, you're going to embrace these opportunities, and you're not going to let the false alarm get the best of you, and you're going to keep moving forward, and you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Because the Tower card can also be a paradigm shift, a mental shift that's causing us to push ourselves out of our comfort zone. So you're right at the threshold of great happiness, massive happiness, but it's overcoming the negative ego, stepping out of the comfort zone. And those of you who do experience the false alarms, not allowing them to get to you. And those of you where this is here and this cup is being offered to you, not allowing your negative ego to convince you that you're not good enough and to just go back into hiding. Okay? If you keep going back into hiding, sooner or later, there will be that prison break that I talked about. But this is a chance for you, Leo, to step out of your comfort zone and embrace something wonderful. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign if you haven't already. Some weeks those might resonate for you more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. There's actually a link in the description of the video that will take you to my scheduling page. Love videos are linked in the description. And don't forget, every single day I post a daily message that a lot of people have been finding helpful. So hopefully you can check that out and that may be helpful for you as well. I thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my dears.